knowledge is called research. Can we really do some knowledge creation? Yes, that is the objective. If you're doing PhD or if you're doing a dissertation, you're basically up something new, some new knowledge base. So there should be scientific method. Research method means a scientific method to develop new research, new knowledge. What is the scientific method? Scientific method is something which anyone can use and arrive at more or less similar finding. If I use a method, I arrive at certain result. You use the same method, you will also get almost same finding. Then it is called scientific method. When a method is considered to be a scientific method, it is such that it doesn't have any individual variance. It is such which is available for everyone. Everyone can use that method. Everyone can try out that method. And if the method is try can be tried by everyone without any individual biasness, then we can call it a scientific method. These three aspects are: research should be reliable, the research should have validity. We'll discuss one by one these aspects, and the research should be generalizable. Reliable, if I say that this this the weight of this mobile is 200 grams, then you should also be able to check it, and you should also be able to find that yes, it is 200 gram. If I check its weight again after 6 months, it should again be 200 gram. This is, in simple terms, reliability. Reliability can be tested by repeat testing. Reliability can be tested by in checking again and again, by checking a different location, by checking by different persons. So if there is some reliability in any research, it means the findings will be same, whether Mr. X or Mr. Y or Mr. Z, whosoever tries and does something, the finding is more or less same. So we call it reliability. The second thing is validity. The validity aspect of the research says that the research should be valid. If you are saying it is X, then it is really X, nothing else. If you are saying this is W, it is really W. Now, validity has to be established through certain procedure so that we are actually sure. If you're talking about weight, if you're talking about measurement, you can establish the validity through international standards. If it is, for example, you're talking about customer satisfaction, you're doing a research on customer satisfaction. So customer satisfaction is a state of mind. It's a state of perception. How do you establish it? If you have some established scale on satisfaction, happiness, something like that, you can use that. And based on that established scale, you can quantify the total perception. The third aspect of research, I repeat the entire things that we have done. Research is development of a new piece of knowledge. It could be a new theory, it could be a new paradigm, it could be something new addition of the knowledge, it could be proper documentation presented in a new for the first time. So basically you're contributing to the rich text of knowledge, rich text of resources, literature that is available to us. So this is the ultimate goal of your research. And when we are talking about research method, what should be the research method? Research method should be such which is scientific. Scientific means it can be used by anyone else in the same manner, and everybody can get same finding. Then it is called a scientific method. So scientific method is like if you have given these steps, that this is the step number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These steps you have followed. If somebody else follows those same steps in same manner, and it is done in proper, in similar kind of context, similar finding would ultimately arrive. So the method that you use should have three essential things: reliability, validity, and generalizability. Reliability means if you do the same method after 1 year, the same finding will come. This is called reliability. Validity means you are actually calculating the same thing which you are supposed to do. So your measurements, your tools, your concepts, everything is standard, valid. And third thing is generalizability. Generalizability means you do a research in India. Will those same finding be applicable in other countries? If you develop a new theory, will that theory be applicable in other context? Then that is called generalizability. Means your research findings can be generalized in different countries, different situations. So how do you start the research process? The first step in doing research is to start with a question. What is your important question in that? How will that research lead to better knowledge, better literature, better text? If you're doing a PhD research, this is a moot question, that if you are going to do a PhD and you want to develop a research thesis and you have a question mark, is my topic really PhD level good topic or not? And this is fundamental. So start with the fundamental question: is this field of study really complete? If it is complete, nothing else be done. No new addition is possible, so no research is possible. But fortunately or unfortunately, we are all living in incomplete, imperfect world. There are plenty of problems, there are plenty of issues, there are plenty of disturbances. All these things require some research so that we understand the phenomena better. For example, poverty. It is massive poverty. The large number of studies have already been conducted. Still, you can carry out another research. You can develop a new perspective to understand the poverty, to find the ways to solve this problem. You can develop new tools, new methods to solve the problem of poverty, right? Because research can help us definitely in developing new knowledge, in developing new methods, in developing new tools. So research is always in demand. Every country that wants to progress should really invest in research development. Every organization that wants to grow should really invest into research and development. Research and development is crucial for the nation, for the society, and for the organizations. It is very useful for every one of us. But everybody doesn't go for research as a field, but research requires a lot of patience. Everybody cannot become researcher. If you have a lot of patience, if you really want to dig out some facts, if you really are passionate about some subject, you really want to understand the subject very thoroughly, then you will become research. Then research should be undertaken definitely. So you start with moot question. What is really fundamental question? That is important question. Don't do a research on a topic which is not at all very important. Take up a topic which is very crucial, very important. Your research should address some global problem, some global phenomenon. Research should be such which can help the entire world in solving its problem. The research topic should not be too narrow topic. It should be really broad enough. Should really help the entire mankind. Should help the entire world. Then this is a good research topic. For example, you want to undertake a research about how unemployment problem can be solved. This can be a very good research topic. You want to undertake a research on how poverty can be removed. It can be a very good topic of research study. You want to know what should be done to solve the climate change problems. It can again be a very good research topic. You want to undertake a research on what should be done to minimize the fossil fuel and maximize the renewable energy. It can be a very good topic for research. You want to undertake. So these are some of these issues that I'm just talking to you. Research topic should be such which can create benefit for the entire world, which can help the mankind, which should be such that it is really required by everyone. Everybody says, yes, this is the topic which should be considered. If you are doing a research which is very, very narrow, then that is, for example, how can an organization like State Bank of India improve its profitability? Now, you may think that this is a research, but this may be useful for MBA project, for a master's dissertation topic, but not PhD level topic. For PhD level topic, we should look at those topics which may create some national benefit for, or the benefit of the entire mankind, or a knowledge pool should improve for the entire mankind, and the topic should be really broad enough. So this is the selection of the right topic is very important. People spend 6 months in discussing about the topic, finding the right topic, and giving the right wordings to the topic. People spend 6 months in just analyzing the topic. So to select the right topic, right field of study, and ask the fundamental question: what is your research objective? Why you really want to do that research? And how will your research benefit the world? Who is going to benefit from your research? Will your research really help the mankind? Will the research really help the academician? Will the research really help in development of the pool of knowledge? These are fundamental questions, and these questions must be addressed. If you are able to answer these questions positively, and you are able to address these questions through your research, you can then prepare the entire framework of the research. Before you start your research, you have to prepare a synopsis. What will be your research methodology? How will you undertake the research? How will you collect the data? How will you analyze the data? What kind of tools of analysis you will use? How will you compare the data with actual the data's projections and the actual finding? How will you compare them? And what will be the outcome of your research? So these are different steps in the process of research. And these steps of research will help you in preparing your plan. Many people think that the most difficult task in research is the data analysis part, because there you have to use certain statistical softwares for analyzing the data. Actually, statistics can definitely help you, but you must understand what you really want to do, how you really want to do. Data can be analyzed. Earlier, we had to calculate using calculator. Now, you can enter the data into the computer. It can immediately undertake analysis and give you the report. Today, it has become very easy to analyze data. It was not so easy earlier. Now it is easy. It is easy because we have statistical tools available. So you use tools like MS Excel, like SPSS, eViews, There are many other software tools. You can practice those software tools. After 2, 3 practices, you will become comfortable in using those software tools. If you are able to use those software tools fairly well, you can definitely analyze these software tools and get the kind of finding, you know. For example, if you're doing a PhD level research, you will have to use at least one tool, at least one. You may use SPSS, or you may use eViews, you may use MS Excel, or any other software tool that is available to you. You will have to apply certain statistical analysis. Now, the statistical tool that you want to use will depend on what you want to study, how you want to logically analyze. For example, you are willing to study whether vermicompost will generate better crop or not. So, what should be the method of research? You have to take up two similar fields. One is control area where you will not use vermicompost. One is experimental unit field where you will apply vermicompost and see the impact on the plant's growth. Now, similar plants will be planted, similar nourishment will be provided, similar water will be provided, irrigation is same, everything is same. Only difference is one experimental unit is having vermicompost and the field unit, which is control unit, does not have vermicompost. Now you will take the data. Data here would be the growth of the plant, which is in terms of the inch, how much height the plants have grown, the overall quality of the plant. So these data you will jot down. There are two groups, so their data are separately put into separate groups. Then you will compare these two data. There are two data. One is before, one is without fertilizer, that is vermicompost, one group with vermicompost. So data are then compared, and this data can be analyzed using some statistical techniques, and based on that you can find whether statistically the difference between two plants is significant or not. If whether you apply vermicompost or not, the growth of the plant is same, then there is no point in using vermicompost. But if by applying the vermicompost, one group of plants have grown substantially more than the other group, then we can conclude that yes, this vermicompost is really useful in agriculture. So this is one simple example that I am here mentioning. Here, the statistical tool that you use should be such which is able to give you significance of difference between two set of data. If the difference is really significant, then this is going to be conclusion. So before you start your data collection, you prepare exact hypothesis. This will help you in collecting data. So you have to prepare an exact hypothesis for hypothesis testing. What you will do in data analysis, what kind of test you will use, that is called hypothesis testing. So there are two hypotheses that you have mentioned. You are going to test those hypotheses based on the collection of data. So you will collect some data, check the hypothesis, and then give your conclusion. The conclusion would be like, yes, based on your study, these findings, these are the outcome, right? So the findings will help you to arrive at conclusion. Either you will prove your hypothesis or disapprove the hypothesis. whatever it is, this is your theory. So you will give a new theory, or you will approve the existing theory, or you will validate the existing theory. That is the outcome of your research. At every stage in the research, you will compare your research with prior researches. Compare them. Before you starting the research, you will compare what they have done, what is their outcome, what is their conclusion. If these researchers have suggested that following research should be undertaken, then you can start from that point. And once you complete your research, you'll compare your finding with the previous researchers. Compare them, data, findings, and based on that, you will give the final verdict, final conclusion that you think is very important in the given context. Right? Writing the research report is very important. You have to use proper set of protocol, proper style of writing, proper style of referencing, right? There are various styles of referencing. For example, there is one style which we call as APA style of referencing. Another style is Chicago style, or another style is Vancouver style, right? Another style is IEEE style, IEEE style, right? IIM Ahmedabad has developed its own style of referencing. So whatever style you want to use, you use that standard style. You can download its manual, read it. It is available, easily available. Even in MS Word, you can apply the particular referencing style. It is there in most of the softwares now. So your report has to be written in a particular style of referencing. Your report should be properly prepared. Once the report is ready, give it for academic review. You have to submit it to your university. Your university will get it reviewed. Thereafter, there will be discussion. If you are able to defend your thesis well, you can get a PhD degree. If you're not able to defend it well, or if you're not able to answer the questions, then you may have to rework on it. You may have to revise your thesis, right? The same steps you have to go through again. So this is the entire research journey